Deadpool 3 starts now. Spoiler free.
Whoever you think I am, you got the wrong guy.
You were always the wrong guy. Till you weren't.
The question that you guys are going to ask the most, and it's the most important question, are we so back? Deadpool 3, while being a great film, is not enough to bring the MCU back. And they know that. This movie is full of nostalgia, so please stay off the internet if you don't want to be spoiled. The good, Logan and Deadpool have great chemistry. Hugh Jackman is back and he's doing amazing. Ryan Reynolds and him they mesh very well. The color scheme of this film is great. People thought when they looked at the trailer it was going to be a bunch of grays. Wrong. There's beautiful, vibrant colors, great cinematography here. I enjoyed that completely. The soundtrack matches the color scheme and they pick some banger songs. The costumes look great. This is the best Deadpool has ever looked, hands down. The action. So I'm gonna tell you right now, action, blood, and the R rating all connected because I was worried that this is the first Disney movie rated R for Marvel. Just in the MCU, first rated R film, and they did not hold back. They let it rip, and I absolutely loved it. I was afraid that it was gonna be a lot of CGI going. I saw some practical effects. Blood, guts, carnage. When I tell you they were beating the ever-living piss out of each other and other people, everything you could have wanted for a Deadpool Wolverine film, you got it. I have to go to the bad now. There are pacing issues. So many pacing issues where you're like, they rev you up and then they slow it down. But the slowdown, you don't really like the plot of the slowdown. You're kind of just like, can we get back to the other stuff? This isn't what I wanted. Also, since this is Deadpool's introduction to the MCU, there's a lot of let's fill you guys in later kind of things where you're like, wait a minute, why did that happen? And then they do a flashback. And that's another problem. So many flashbacks to get people up to speed. If you want to be ahead of this movie, you have to watch Loki season 1, season 2, all the X-Men films, all the Deadpool films, no spoilers, and then some other stuff. There's a lot of things happen in this movie. You go, what the hell was that? Who is that? Why is that? I understood it, but I'm just like, man, I feel bad for casual fans at this point, bro, because y'all are screwed. When I tell you they do not care. They might give you a little flashback, like here's some food, here's some exposition, but that's it. I had a complaint about Deadpool 1. I had a complaint about Deadpool 2, and it's about the villains. I said Deadpool 1's villain was trash. Deadpool 2 had no villain. So they heard me and they said, oh, you want to complain about villains? Watch this. We're going to make a villain so overpowered, they can't do anything about it. And I remember watching the movie, I'm like, this is not what I asked. I just want a decent villain for the characters. The villain is pretty cool. No spoilers. However, why? Just so overpowered to the point where it's like, Deadpool, what are you going to do? What are you and Logan going to do? Get out of here. Please understand, but despite the pacing issues and the flashbacks and the overpowered villain, I genuinely like this movie. This is my favorite Deadpool movie. Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool 3, it's an 8.5 out of 10. Great action. The plot is pretty good. Despite the pacing issues to where it slows down to a screeching halt and you're just like, oh, next set piece, please. Off-screen stuff, flashbacks that just randomly pop in and you're just like, here we go. Here's more exposition, even though we kind of already knew, but you didn't have to do that. And then the overpowered villain. Those are my only gripes right now. I have to see it again so I can get a more in-depth view. I will release a spoiler review later for everybody so they can watch the movie and then come dissect it with me. I'll probably see it around maybe 1 or 2 more times. This movie earned its R rating. Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, this is his best form of Deadpool, hands down. Heartfelt, hilarious. They tear up a new hole in Fox and Disney.